Gizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? Now, listen, you can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You definitely know what I suggest. And yeah, I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now, listen, you already know that time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G. Time, energy, the highest forms of currency. I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money, getting to that moolah, stacking that paper, getting that guap, But listen, always keep it in front of your mental Rolodex. That time and energy are the highest forms of currency at all times. Big salute to all my day one investors. Big salute to all my day one investors. Everybody that's helping the channel grow organically. Yeah, we only going up. Constant elevation, homie. Constant elevation is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. Even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all the new subscribers, everybody that's tapped into the channel, everybody that's locked into Grown Man Business TV. It is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. You feel what I'm saying? Making your way to the Realest channel on YouTube. I carved out a lane for the real and I'm the only one in it. I carved out a lane for the real and I'm the only one in this lane. It's Grown Man Business TV. Big salute. Make sure you wipe off your feet. You know what I mean? When you step into the big house, when you step into this mansion, make sure you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you locked into the channel. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, listen, I know you see the thumbnail. I know you see the thumbnail, and I know you see the title. We going to tap into this, man. Ron B. Sting Savage. Ron B. Sting Savage. I think I'm saying it right. Comes clean, my G. He comes clean and he spills the beans and he tells his truth. You know what I mean? On a live interview with Bullets Gotti. Now, big salute to everybody that's locked in with the channel. I told my people that I was gonna go live at 9 o'clock and we was going to talk about Tory Lanez, and we was going to really break down the conspiracy behind the reason why Tory Lanez is locked up. You know what I mean? And we was really going to dig into that. But I can't lie. Salute the Bullets Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Bullets Gotti been on fire lately. He's all over the place. I will say that. Salute the Bullets Gotti. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. And I ran across a live stream, a live interview of Bullets Gotti and Ron B. Stinga Savage. Now, I started, we all tap into this content. You know what I mean? If we not making content, then we consuming content. So I started to watch this interview, and I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't all the way familiar with Ron B. Sting Savage. I was not all the way familiar with Ron B. Sting Savage. I heard his name before here and there throughout YouTube and these YouTube streets, but I didn't know his story. I didn't know, the gist of what he brought to this YouTube thing. I didn't know his connection with Hassan Campbell. And I ain't gonna lie, you start to watching this content, you get to watching these lives, you get into an interview, and it's 11, it's past 11 o'clock, and I'm just now going live because that was a very revealing interview. And again, I got to give a big salute to Bullets Gotti for doing that interview, I guess, for talking with homie and letting his story be told on his platform. Now, it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap, my G. And I mean that when I say it. I mean that when I say it. And I know that my subscribers and the people that's invested in my channel, when y'all hear me say that, y'all know that is no games behind that. When I say it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. And this is a prime example of that. Salute, Too Blown. What it do, my G? I gotta say, absolutely disgusting work, homie. Absolutely disgusting work. And we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna really just, kind of dig into this interview. I really want to talk about this because, to be, perfectly honest, I feel like the majority of, and this is nothing against New York City, right? But the majority of the dudes coming out of New York City, the majority of the male culture in New York City, in some way, shape, form, and fashion, has had a run-in like B. Stinga, has had some type of relationship, some type of, they've had something happen to them in regards to what B. Stinga is talking about. And I mean, it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deep in the rap. I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm gonna be the first one to say this, but I think that New York has a way bigger and a deeper down low culture, even bigger than Atlanta. I think that NYC, New York City, the five boroughs, I'm just talking about the five boroughs. I'm not talking about like Buffalo or Manchester or any of those other areas out there in New York State. But I'm talking about New York City has a bigger down low society, even bigger than Atlanta. I gotta say that because a lot of these dudes are afraid to come out. They're afraid to talk. They're afraid to tell their story, thinking and feeling like they're going to be judged or they're going to be shamed. And watching this interview with B Stinger, I ain't going to lie, it was some parts that kind of made me laugh. It was he's a funny type of guy, and we're going to talk about that. But it was a lot of it that just made me say to myself, like, man, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful and I'm so blessed, bro, to never have had any kind of run-ins like Hassan Campbell and Ron B. Sting Savage. And I'm gonna explain why I feel like NYC has the biggest down low society in America. The biggest. When I say down low, I'm talking DL. You know what I mean, and you know what I'm saying when I say that. See, Atlanta's a place where these type of people that live these type of relationships and have these type of lifestyles, they don't hide it. They're wide open. The majority of them walk around in high heel shoes and they wear purses and skirts like Young Thug. But see, in New York City, nobody walks around in high heel shoes and skirts like Young Thug. Everybody's a gangster. Everybody's a shooter. Everybody got this macho personality, but behind closed doors. You understand? When the curtains are closed, the majority of them are hurting just like B Sting Savage. Ron B Sting Savage. And I think that it's time that somebody say something. And you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be the first one to put a finger to that. I'm gonna be the first one to connect the dots. And this is no slight to New York City, but Ron B. Sting Savage is from New York City. Hassan Campbell is from New York City. You understand what I'm saying? And not only is Ron B. Sting Savage and Hassan Campbell from New York City, but the birth of hip hop came out of New York City. Yeah. The birth of hip hop. That one thing that New York City guys and the dudes from New York City all hold on to is that New York City created hip hop. And I never took that away from them. You know what I'm saying? I never took that away from New York City. But something that Ron B. Sting Savage said in this interview, something that he said in this interview stood out to me. It stood out to me, homie. And again, big salute. Hey, Bullets Gotti, I see you in the chat. Big salute, my G. I ain't gonna lie, man. That interview right there, Bullets Gotti, that's gold right there, homie. That's gold right there. You know, I see the Rapmatics and I see all the Trapmatics. I see all the content that you doing, but you know, that Ron B. Sting Savage interview right there was gold, my G. Gold right there. And it just tapped in on so many different levels. And like I said, some of it was, it made me laugh a little bit, but for the majority is not funny. We're not gonna make light of people's traumas. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, before I get back into what I was saying, I feel like all black men should go to therapy. All black men. All black men, every black man in America should have access to free therapy. It should be paid for by the state, by the country, where we get to go and sit down and have these type of conversations, therapeutic conversations about trauma that we've been through. You understand what I'm saying? And all trauma ain't like, Hassan Campbell or Ron B. Sting Savage, but we all done grew up in poverty and had run-ins and had to grow up too fast and X, Y, and Z. So you do get these type of interviews where you see grown men standing on grown man business, talking about the trauma they've been through, and watching Ron B. Sting Savage, man, it was just it was just very revealing. You know what I'm saying? So again, big salute to Bullets Gotti, man. Like him or not, I don't know really what everybody got going on when they beefing and this blog, I don't like this blog, and I get the little, but you gotta, real is real. You know what I'm saying? Right, wrong is wrong. So if you hating on Bullets Gotti with the content that he's doing and what he's doing in these YouTube streets, then it is what it is. You gotta look at yourself. You know what I mean? Like it or not. So I wanted to put that out there. But yeah, New York City created hip hop. New York City created hip hop, and it was something that Ron B. Sting Savage said in this interview that stood out to me. And what he said was, he said he wanted to be down with hip hop so bad. He wanted to be down with hip hop so bad that he was willing to do anything. He was willing to bend, break, and fold just to be down with hip hop. And it just made my wheels start spinning, because what you got to understand is hip hop was created in New York City. You know what I'm saying? And when it was created, you just imagine how influential hip hop was. Like how bad you might have wanted to be down with the Zulu Nation, how bad you might have wanted to be down with Run DMC, how bad you might have wanted to be down with LL Cool J. You wanted to be cool, homie. You wanted to wear the shell toes. You wanted to get that respect. You wanted to be down with hip hop. And that's something that nobody, no other state can relate to like New York City can relate to, because that's where it started at. That's where it was created at. And he said that, I'm going to let him say it. I'm going to let him tell his story. Gotti, salute. I'm going to definitely run some of this content, man. I already know Gotti's good with it. And I'm going to let him tell his story. I'm going to let him tell, not the whole interview, but just a clip that I got clipped out. But he was basically saying how he was 15 years old. Ron B. Sting Savage said he was 15 years old, but he went to 40 Deuce. And a lot of y'all that ain't in tune with New York City, y'all might call it 42nd Street. When you locked in with New York City, you call it 40 Deuce. You call it 40 Deuce. You know what I mean? And if you know, you know. If you with it, you with it. He said he went to 40 Deuce and he got a fake ID card. Ron Savage said he was 15 with an ID card that said he was 18 plus. And when he got down with Africa Bambaatta, when he was running around with them, he was going in and out of clubs with the Zulu Nation, and they just thought that he was of age because he was in and out these clubs. So Africa Bambaatta thought this was a grown man that was down with the Rainbow Coalition. He thought that this was a grown man that was doing what he wanted to do, and he wasn't forcing, or he wasn't taking, or he wasn't stealing nothing from this man. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? He basically said he lied to Africa Bambaatta. He comes clean, homie. And again, like I said, I'm not really familiar with Ron B. Sting Savage. I know a lot about Hassan Campbell, what's on YouTube, what's out here in the content creating lane, what's in these YouTube streets. But I didn't know nothing about this dude right here. Nasty work, homie. Nasty work. So he spoke on Bambaatta. He made people think that Bambaatta was doing something to him. The whole time, Bambaatta thought that he was a grown man, thought that he was 18 years old. And I gotta say, it sounds sincere to me. I wasn't there. I don't know. But the way he spoke on it, it sounds sincere to me. Nasty work. I gotta say, Ron, that was nasty work. If you was running around with a fake ID, you know what I'm saying? You was participating in certain sexual activities with men, and you had those men thinking that you was, you was of age, you was with it. We're gonna definitely talk more about that, because there was a few other things that he said that were red flags for me that I want to correct as grown men. I don't want nobody out there to think otherwise than what it is. Your story is your story, but if you willingly cross the line on some Rainbow Coalition, on some, you know what I'm talking about. I got to be real careful. I got to strike for Math Hoffa. You know what I mean? But if you willingly cross the line, you can never come back over here on this side of the fence. So what I'm saying is, once you make the decision to participate in sexual activity with men, you can never call yourself a heterosexual man ever again. Ever. I don't care if it was 40 years ago. I don't care if it was 30 years ago. I don't care if it don't matter, homie. As men, we got to stand and we got to take accountability for our actions. And as grown men, what you got to understand is you can't come back from everything. Whew. Back in the day, once you was a snitch, you was a snitch. You couldn't come back. Well, things are changing. Rats are starting to make their way in the mainstream, into mainstream society. They're starting to be accepted. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. When you make a conscious decision as a man to have sexual contact with another man, you over there, homie. And I just respectfully wanted to tell Ron that, and I wanted to put that out there to any man that's paying attention and listening to Grown Man Business TV. Ain't no coming back from that. When you make that decision, especially like he did, not if, you get taken advantage of. Not if you a young child and a grown man is taking advantage of you. He's manipulating you, and he took something from you. He took your manhood from you. That don't make you a part of the Rainbow Coalition. But if you are 15 years old, and you got to know something. Back in those days, man, a 15-year-old teenager, he already had a receding hairline. Those dudes back in the day was 15 years old and they looked 35, homie. They was 15 years old and they looked 38, homie. You got to know, like, when B. Stinga, look at B. Stinga's face. When he was 15, he quite possibly looked like he was 28 years old. He already got a receding hairline at 15. It's a whole different day and age. Them old head niggas, when they was young, they look old. It's like Morgan Freeman, homie. We ain't never seen a picture of Morgan Freeman that looked young. I'm talking 1965. Morgan Freeman looked like Morgan Freeman. So, you know what I mean? So if you was 15 and you had a fake ID and you made a conscious decision to have sexual contact with a man, you with the Rainbow Coalition, you over there in the village with the village people, you did that. You did that. Right? So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, man. We I like I said, man, we not laughing at nobody trauma, but we going to talk about this. And sometime, the truth is going to hurt when we talking about this. When we grown men and we addressing this, we it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. So Ron Savage, if in my book, in my honest opinion, you are one of them people, and you should stand in your truth. Ain't no running from it. Ain't no running from it. You wanted to be down with the Zulu nation. I ain't gonna lie. When I was young, the word Zulu would have scared me. I wouldn't have dealt with nobody with the Zulu. You know what I'm saying? Like Africa Bambaatta, the word Bambaatta would have scared me. I would have been like, "Oh, you going to where you going? We going to Bambaatta house. Bambaatta? Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the house then. Bambaatta? How you spell Bam? B-A-B-T? Nah, I ain't going over there. Zulu? Like a Zulu warrior? Nah, I don't want to be down with that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was young, shit like that was red flags for me. Nigga named Zulu Nation, the Zulu. But I understood what he said when he said that, because hip hop is such a powerful force. It's such an influential tool, my G, when it comes to our culture, that I can only imagine how many grown men or how many young adults in New York City participated, in sexual activity with men because they wanted to be down. They wanted to be down with hip hop. They wanted to be down with the Zulu Nation. I heard Hassan Campbell say one time that Tretch from Naughty by Nature, that Q-Tip, LL Cool J. He said all of these dudes had relationships with Bambaatta on that level. All of them did what they had to do to get down with hip hop. I heard Hassan Campbell say that one time. It was somebody else too. Fuck my head up. Couldn't believe it. Let me let Ron Savage, explain to y'all exactly what he did, man. Nasty work. Again, I gotta hold you accountable, Ron Savage. If you was out there at 15 years old with a fake ID you got from 40 Deuce, and you was misleading other grown men to think that you was a grown man and you was doing what you was doing with them, I gotta hold you accountable for that. Nasty work. If Bambaatta forgives you, cool. I forgive you. But you got to know that was nasty work, homie. You took advantage. That means you took advantage of Bambaatta. That means you manipulated Bambaatta. It wasn't the other way around. So let me salute to the chat, man. Make sure y'all hit that button. Salute the Bullets Gotti, man. Fire interview, Bullets. I ain't gonna lie. Look. Listen, I supposed to went live at 9 o'clock. I know my subscribers and my people, you know what I'm saying, was saying, Grown Man Business TV, where you at? I was watching this live stream right here. I was watching Bullets Gotti and Ron B. Sting Savage. We gonna talk more. We gonna get deeper into this. Salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody that's tapped in. Hit the subscribe button.
After I met the Zulu Nation in Africa, Bambaatta, I used to get into the clubs with them. The only way that you can go and get into the clubs, you had to have an ID and you had to be of age.
Okay.
So me showing my fake ID.
You had a fake ID.
Getting in the clubs. Obviously, anybody, including Africa Bambaatta, would be like, okay, he's of age.
Yeah.
He's in here. The only way to get in here, you have to show an ID.
Okay.
It helped.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
A lot.
Yeah. Take your time. Take your time, Ron. Take your time.
It really bothered me, because for a very, very, very long time, even before 2016.
Okay.
I just wanted to know why me.
Okay, why? Okay, you want to know why you?
And I always said to myself, if I didn't lie and mislead people into thinking I was 18 years old, I know this would not had never happened. I know this would not have happened. And it bothered me. So when I embraced this man after everything came out in 2016, I just wanted to say sorry. I just needed to let him know, that I was sorry, for making him believe that I was 18 years old when I was really 15 years old. So I was apologizing for the 15-year-old kid. I felt
hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Felt it much, much better.
Okay.
just needed to get that off my chest. This was something that I needed to do. This is something that I needed to do. That I needed to do for myself. And I felt that I needed to publicly share this with the world. Because I've never lied when it came to this story.
All right, well, we go. Let's just stop right there. That's deep, man. That's just that's yo, bro. I'm sitting there watching this shit, man, and I'm talking about, man. I'm locked in. I almost forgot to go live. I couldn't believe what I. So you telling me you tricked this man to think you was 18 years old and you performed with him. Now I'm gonna say this because, like I said, I didn't know nothing too much about Ron B. Sting Savage, but Hassan Campbell is connected to this, and now watching this live, I see how they connected. And Ron said that Hassan took his whole story and X, Y, and Z, and I ain't gonna go into that. I'm gonna just sit back and let Hassan do what he gonna say or he gonna respond. And I seen somewhere after I got off this live where, Hassan spoke on this, and he had some real harsh words for Ron B. Sting Savage. I mean, he said some nasty things, man, and I'm not gonna go too far right now as far as what's going with Hassan Campbell. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let him respond to that, and then we gonna go from there. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, man. It just made me think. Like I said, in my opinion, New York City has the biggest down low society in America, where there's men, there's young teens, there's all type of gangsters and all these different type of dudes that low key have or are right now currently dealing in homosexuality, homie, and doing those things, bro, because it's so many people in New York. It's so much going on in New York. It's so many men that bend it and break and fold to get down with hip hop. It's so many men that been taken advantage of. It's so many men that secretly go to the village at night, secretly go to these clubs and get down with these people. They just not talking about it. So we all looking at Atlanta and we saying Atlanta is the capital. Atlanta only look like the capital because the majority of those dudes in Atlanta, they gonna go outside in a dress. They gonna wear high heel shoes. They gonna wear a skirt like Young Thugger. But see, in New York City, you got Zippy with the drippies. You got all these dudes that claim to be shooters and claim to be killers. And they claim to be so aggressive and they claim to be so macho. And deep down, they done ran across a Bambaatta. Deep down, they got stories like Ron B. Stinga Savage. And unlike Ron B. Stinga Savage, they haven't come to a place where they can speak about it, where they can address it, where they can express themselves. Ron said he wanted to get this off his chest. It was bothering him since 2000. For a long time, it been bothering him at the fact that he painted Bambaatta out to be a monster. And the whole time it was him doing the manipulating. It was him misleading people. And I ain't saying everybody because it's never everybody. But you look at the landscape of New York City. You look at these dudes and you get to saying to yourself, like, you hiding something, homie. Something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up, homie. And it's these type of stories. And the whole time I'm saluting B. Stinger for at least just coming clean, homie. Good, bad, and ugly, coming clean. I had to salute, Bullet Gotti for giving them the platform. I wanna let Hassan say something, right? And this is gonna lead me into my next angle when it come to situations like this, because you got to know something, man. These things happen, and a grown man that's on grown man business got to speak on it and got to correct a few things. Salute, Adrian. I see you in the building, homie. Big salute, Wrench. That's why I had to let you know right there. We gonna correct that. Once you engage in homosexual situations, you are on that side. There is no coming back. Yeah, shorty. You know, she said that. Candace, you said somebody. It was the R&B singer that you talking about is Tank. Tank is a down low man. Tank is a man he go both ways. He deal with women and he deal with men. That's why, and Tank is the one who said that you can get fellatio from a transmission, and if it's a transmission, then that don't make you, you know, a part of that gang. It don't make you a part of the coalition. Nah, homie. I don't care if it's a transmission. I don't care if it's a straight man. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. I'm here to tell you, once you cross that line, there is no coming back. Now, Haas has some harsh words for Ron B. Stink Savage. You know, I don't want to use the word curious. I'm not curious, but my wheels is turning because, you know, how many of these young boys was manipulating Bambaatta, was lying, was making their way to Bambaatta house, was letting him do what he was doing whatever they was doing. Is what it is. I'm not pointing a finger. I'm not even talking about Hassan Campbell. I'm just saying, how many of these men, how many of these rappers, how many of these macho Camacho dudes was making their way to a Bambaatta, if not actually Bambaatta, but another Bambaatta? Because you got to know it was 100 Bambaattas in Bronx River. It was 100 Bambaattas in East New York. It was 100 Bambaattas in Harlem. It was 100 Bambaattas out there in Queens, where Zippy where the Drippy is from. How many of these dudes was out there making their way to Bambaatta house before they went to school, or before they came home from work, or before they went into their day job? How many of these boys was making their way to a Bambaatta house because they liked what he was doing? You see what I'm talking about? We all know, listen, Biggie Smalls had transmissions in his video. LL Cool J had transmissions in his video. Obviously, if you ask me, they gonna say that they didn't know that this man was a man. He was dressed up like a female. So how many transmissions was running around New York City at the time, and these young boys was going and getting topped off going to the whole house? You know, Zippy said he used to go to the whole house. He used to go where the prostitutes was at. Well, how many times was it a man with a wig on topping you off, homie? You understand what I'm saying? How many of these dudes ended up liking what that man was doing, and then couldn't look themselves in the mirror? And because they couldn't look themselves in the mirror, now they go out and they shoot somebody. Now they go out and they harm somebody, and they end up spending their life in jail. The whole time they was fighting with those inner feelings that I be talking about, those inner emotions. You don't know if you Saucy Santana or you Zippy with the Drippy. Huh? You don't know if you're Lil Nas X or you Nas from Queensbridge. You don't know which one you are. You don't know who you fighting with your emotions, homie. And I'm gonna let Haas say what he was saying to B Stinga. But I said to myself, like, I don't know what, like, yo, Haas is mad, homie. He's upset. He's angry. A lot of these New York dudes is angry. A lot of these New York niggas was wilding out. We didn't know what was going on in New York City. We just knew these niggas had Timberland boots on and they was wilding out. They was going to do it. We saw movies. We was like, what? 90% of them dudes had a Bambaatta in their building. 90% of them dudes made their way to Bambaatta house and then went out into the community and committed crimes and committed murders. MJ, what it do, homie? Yeah. And it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be, man. Newark, New Jersey. Big salute to Newark. Big salute to Newark, man. I want to let Hassan Campbell say what he's saying, but at the same time, he was just talking real crazy. But I want to, I'm gonna let it, I'm gonna let it play just so I can give y'all more context on what I'm talking about. More context. New York City has the biggest down low society in America. In America, homie. The rappers, the gangsters, the shooters, the killers. It's a lot of real homies out there in New York as well. It's a lot of real New Yorkers, but I'm talking about this select few. It's a select few of these dudes, man. Salute to Hassan Campbell, man.
God wanted you to have that life because that's the life you deserve, you dirty, dusty ass nigga. I know I'll be the clown, my nigga, but I ain't the one that fucked you in the butt, my nigga. I'm the one that came out to protect you against the nigga that fucked you in your ass.
What?
I'm the nigga that came out, and I'm the one that was trying to protect you against the nigga that had the grown man. He made the other grown man put a dick in your mouth that was so big you couldn't even fit the tip in.
What?
Oh, yeah. In the book, Africa's Bambaatta put Rome in the book as the biggest dick in the Zulu nation, and he made you put that dick in your mouth? He made you put this in your mouth? And you mad at me? You put this in your mouth, and you mad at me, my nigga? He had this on. No, and this is what he put in you. In Africa Bambaatta's book, he's under it as the second biggest dick in the Zulu nation, and he looked at this is what you put in you, and you mad at me? You right, Stinga. You right. Your counselor's not working. My advice to you, Stinga, I think you need to get all your money back, or you need to turn your counselor's TV off. That nigga, he fucked you up mentally. They telling me to go to counseling, but look at you, my nigga. You still broken. What?
Hey, yo. 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 She had me speechless. Speechless. Now, mind you, he talking to B Stinga. Hassan Campbell said, y'all heard what he said, bro. I can't even really repeat it. I don't think y'all heard what Hassan Campbell said. So he's saying, and B Stinga spoke on this, that it was a book. So Africa Bambaatta had a book, yo, where he was met with all different type of men in there, rappers, thugs, gangsters, shooters. He had a book full of them, of these dudes, full of them. And you heard what Hassan Campbell said. And that's what I mean when I say New York got the biggest down low society in America. New York always been comfortable with talking about stuff like that. I'll just say that. You know, telling other men that SMD, telling other men and inviting them to your private parts, inviting them to your nuts, inviting them to your balls. Yeah, you know, these dudes, they do it all the time. And they comfortable doing it. They never thought nothing was wrong with it. They always felt comfortable doing it. So a dude like Haas, and you know, Haas said that B Stinga took the second largest in the Zulu nation, though. Yo, man, I can't make this stuff up, bro. I can't make it up, bro. I can't make it up. Now again, hey man, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's just mind-blowing, bro. It's really mind-blowing. These two dudes is going back and forth with each other. They arguing with each other. They got a lot of harsh words to say towards each other behind having sexual relations with Africa Bambaatta. Now, I don't know who telling the truth and who not. I ain't here to judge that. But I'm just saying, like, yo, if we ain't doing nothing, I don't think that y'all should be having that conversation. That's just my opinion, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was shocked at what's going on in these YouTube streets, and all coming from New York dudes. Respectfully, New York nigga. I know how y'all feel. Y'all get the oh, this nigga talking about New York. I'm just saying, these all New York niggas. It ain't no other region of people having these conversations in these YouTube streets except New York niggas. It's gonna be a New York dude that's gonna tell you to suck him off before anybody else. It's gonna be a New York dude to tell you to eat it and lick his nuts. That's what Lil Zippy with the drippy always tell you. Suck my nuts. He tells a grown man to suck him off. It's gonna be some New York dudes arguing about Bambaatta, arguing about a book that got different, bro. It's different. They in there, you know what I'm saying? And he said that it's a book, bro, with all these different dudes. And he said that in a book, he made Stinga. He said he couldn't even put the tip, he couldn't even fit the tip in his mouth. That's what this man just said, bro. Yo, but what the fuck going on out here? NYC, y'all niggas better clean this shit up. Y'all better clean this shit up, man. It's not looking, y'all looking crazy. Why is y'all, yo, these is grown men, bro. Y'all gotta really have a mirror put in y'all face. I don't want you to think it's nothing against y'all, but I'm just saying, Stinga said he was lying. Hassan Campbell just said some wildness about that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, if nobody ain't gonna do nothing to Bambaatta, we just gonna raise our kids, we just gonna be men, then y'all need to stop talking about this, bro. Stinga said he closing the gate. This all he talking about. He got this off his chest. He don't want to talk. Hopefully y'all don't have to just leave Bambaatta alone, bro. Because now we finding out that we don't know how many of y'all was underage and how many of y'all just was having consensual sex with Bambaatta, bro. And I don't know how I said that he was underage, how I said that he was 12 years old, but there are pictures of Hassan Campbell and Bambaatta as grown men, just like it's pictures of Stinga and Bambaatta as grown men flicking it up together. So you can't just be up here running your mouth, dog, when you got grown men evaluating this content, when you got grown men combing through this content. Ain't no way you would, if you say you was 12, then we need to see where it got to be one picture of you being a child hanging out with Bambaatta. If not, explain why there was a picture. Why is there pictures of y'all as grown men? Now, Stinga said it's because he lied on Bambaatta. He was fraudulent. He wanted to get close to Bambaatta. He wanted to hug him. He wanted to tell him he was sorry. He wanted to apologize for lying on him. Hassan Campbell, you got to explain to us why you was hanging out with Bambaatta as a grown man. And I ain't saying, I'm sure you probably already spoke on it, but the way you and y'all New York dudes talk like the way you was just talking, it do more than just show disrespect. It actually starts to move and throw red flags all over the field. And we get to asking as grown men, how are you so comfortable talking about another man trying to fit a cock in his mouth that he couldn't fit in his mouth? Like, how are you so comfortable as a grown man telling another man to SMD? We've been asking that for a long time here in the South. Why do y'all say that? Oh, because it's the utmost disrespect. Well, why would you disrespect yourself trying to disrespect him? Why would you disrespect yourself? Because you telling another man to suck you off, you disrespecting yourself, homie. You telling another man to do anything sexual to you, you are disrespecting yourself more than you disrespecting him. But we never understood that where I'm from. I can only play that once, you know what I'm saying? That situation with what Haas said, y'all heard that. I can't play that again. You know what I'm saying? Haas was wilding. Stinga savage. Stinga savage.
Said to myself, if I didn't lie and mislead people into thinking I was 18 years old. I know this would not had never happened. I know this would not have happened. And it bothered me.
It bothered you. It bothered you.
So when I embraced this man.
You embraced him.
After everything came out in 2016.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say sorry.
Yeah.
I just needed to let him know, you know, that I was sorry, you know, for making him believe that I was 18 years old. When
you made that man think you, and mind you, it ain't hard. Or you old head niggas, y'all was having receding hairlines at 14 years old. Y'all niggas was going bald. Y'all niggas had the George Jefferson at 14 to 15 years old. So you look like you was 38. Bambaatta thought you was down with it. He thought you was getting freaky. You was busting it wide open. You was eating cock. You was doing everything what they say you was doing. Bambaatta thought he had a freak on his hands when you was just an underage nigga that was trying to be down with hip hop and was willing to do whatever it takes to get to the next level. You did that. Nasty work, homie. Nasty work. And the only reason why we speaking on it, the only reason why I'm going to give my synopsis and my context on this situation, because again, like I said, I believe that New York City has the biggest down low society in America. Ron Savage ain't the only one in New York City that got this story. Oh, a lot of you shooters, a lot of you hooligans, a lot of you gangsters, y'all turned gangster because y'all was sneaking off the Bambaatta house and y'all was doing that over there. It was a Bambaatta in your building. It was a Bambaatta in your neighborhood. And a lot of you dudes over, see in Atlanta, they wide open with it. They don't hide it. They ain't trying to deny it. Young Thug wearing dresses and they painting their nails, but you drill rapping, you gangster rapping, you hooligans out of New York City, y'all compensating for something, y'all hiding something. Y'all aggressive like that cause y'all done been through what Ron B. Sting Savage been through. Ron B. Stinger Savage, B. Stinger Savage. That's a hell of a name right there, you know what I mean? That's what he was saying too. That nigga was like, that nigga Ron was saying, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, this shit crazy. I ain't gonna lie, son. That shit was very entertaining, man. Hey, Bullets Gotti, salute the Bullets Gotti, bro. That shit had me laughing. It had me like looking and paying attention. It had me disgusted. All in one live stream. My stomach turned about 2 or 3 times. Some of this shit was funny. Some of it was educational. Very informative. I said, Gotti got gold with this one right here. This shit, man, I might have to clip some of this shit up and do a pre-record with it. I might have to clip this one up, Bobby. I might could go viral with this shit, Gotti. This nigga did. Man said he went to 40 Deuce and he had a fake ID at 40 Deuce. And he said he didn't say he thought, he said he made Africa Bambaatta believe that he was 18 years old. And he said he had to get down because it was hip hop. He wanted to be down with the Zulu Nation. He wanted to be down with hip hop. And he did any and everything possible. And Hassan Campbell just told you what, I don't know if Hassan was there when that happened. That book that they've been talking about, somebody need to get their hands on that book. And I'm going to tell you this, I don't want to see the book, but I would prefer somebody else look into that book and start pointing out these rappers and these, all the dudes that end up in that book they was talking about. Man said he lied to Bambaatta, said that he made him believe he was 18, and then he had sexual intercourses with him. And whoever else Hassan was talking about. Charlie P, what it do, my G? I can't make this shit up, bro. I'm trying to tell you, son, like, you don't see no Cali niggas. All the Cali bloggers, you don't see these niggas talking about situations and arguing about situations like this. All the dudes from down south, Texas, Virginia, Florida, we got bloggers and content creators everywhere, and it's only the New York niggas that's doing this type of content. It's only the New York. It's only the guys from New York that Zip with the Drip, they said he was dealing with boys in jail. That's just what they said. I didn't say it. I ain't saying it's facts. I'm saying that that's what they saying in the YouTube streets, that Zip with the Drip was dealing with boys when he was in jail. 10 Toes Down, they say he was selling naked pictures to grown men while he was in jail. When he was in jail, he was getting oiled up. He was posing in provocative positions, and he was sending pictures to other men for $1,000 a month. That's what 10 Toes Down was doing. Bad Mikey, they said that some gangsters walked into his cell and saw Bad Mikey with his feet to the air, his toes and they was pointed at the heavens, and somebody was busting his back out. That's what they said about Bad Mikey. I ain't saying it. Hassan Campbell, we already know how that went down. We already know the story behind that. Another New Yorker, Ron B. Sting Savage, he just came out on Bullets Gotti's live stream and said that he lied to Bambaatta, and he finessed Bambaatta, and he seduced Bambaatta, and he took advantage of Bambaatta. That's what he just said. Another New York dude. Nasty. The shit is nasty. Nasty work, homie. This is in the YouTube streets. I ain't making this up. I'm just saying all these New York niggas got these allegations on them. And then we wonder why Atlanta is the way Atlanta is. Because like I told you, New York got the biggest down low community. So when all those New Yorkers made their way to Atlanta, now we got Atlanta, the real Atlanta. Atlanta won't like that back in the day, homie. Atlanta won't like that back in the day. When I was young, Atlanta had the Freaknik. It wasn't no Transformers and transmissions. It wasn't no Optimus Primes walking around Atlanta when I was a child and they was doing the Freaknik. It wasn't no Transformers. It wasn't none of that. Soon as all these New York dudes go down to Atlanta, now Atlanta look like what Atlanta is. And nobody want to call it out. Because the dudes in New York, they down low. They gonna put their baggy jeans on. They going, yo, son, ya mean, son? I'm a hooligan, son. What turned your ass into a hooligan? What made you turn out to be a hooligan like that? What made you so upset? What made you so... We already seen what No Hoffa was doing. Laying down with misfit Javante Tank Davis. I already called that out. Misfit Javante Tank Davis. So you got these gangsters, these hooligans, these aggressive black men in New York City that will fight you and then will go home and lay down with Misfit Javante Tank Davis. That's just what I'm gonna call her. I can't show no pictures because they already strike my channel. And then you go and we fast forward to Ron B. Stinga Savage. And instead of pointing the blame at Africa Bambaatta, instead of pointing the blame at the village people, right? He tells the truth finally. And he comes out and he says, you know what? It was my fault. I was down with it. I wanted it. I was willing to do whatever to get down with the Zulu Nation. I was willing to get down and do whatever to do what I wanted to do with hip hop. And that's why I used a fake ID to seduce and to manipulate Africa Bambaatta. And that's why you did what you was doing. I gotta salute him for being honest. And I want to say this. I hope that all of you New York guys, all of you New York hooligans, all of you New York content creators, I hope that y'all take a book out of Ron B. Sting Savage's. I hope y'all take a note out of his book. And I hope what he did on Bullets Gotti Show 2.0 tonight, I hope that helps y'all, that motivates y'all to step out and be truthful about the shit y'all was doing and the allegations y'all got over y'all. Yeah. I hope that what B Sting. Hold on real quick. Let's see what B Stinger had to say about that.
I know this would not have happened.
Yeah.
And it bothered me.
Yeah. What bothered you, B Stinger?
So when I embraced
B Stinger, what bothered you? Hold on, B Stinger. Hold on.
Just wanted to know why me.
Why you?
And I always said to myself,
yeah,
if I didn't lie,
yeah,
and mislead,
yeah,
people into thinking I was 18 years old,
yeah,
I know this would not.
It would have never went down.
Had never happened.
It would have never happened.
I know this would not have happened.
You would have never had that type of interaction with Africa Bambaatta, because he would have said, man, you 15 years old, man. We ain't doing that, man. He would have turned your ass to the streets and told you can't hang with us, man, you baby. But you did that. And I just want to say, I just hope that it motivates. Cause like I said, again, I just went down to about 4 or 5 New York dudes that done went to jail and been there for 30 years, and they done shot people, and they gangsters and hooligans. But at the same time, they got these type of allegations hanging over their head. And I hope this motivates y'all to come on out and be honest and give the people the content we've been, this is what we want from y'all. It's time for New York to start healing itself. It's time for y'all to come out. It's time for y'all to be honest. And it's time for y'all to start healing yourself. And the only way you can heal yourself, hooligans, Zippies and Drippies and Mike, all you dudes, the only way you can heal yourself is if you go to Bullets Gotti and you go on the Bullets Gotti Show 2.0 and you get on that camera and you tell the truth about what you've been doing or what happened to you back in the day. What turned you to a hooligan? What turned you to a killer? What turned you to a gangster? It wasn't the streets. It was the Africa Bambaattas that y'all grew up next to. Somebody need to get their hands on that book. Bullets Gotti, you running New York right now, Bullets. Get your fucking hands on that book, homie. Get your hands on that book. I'm willing to put money. I'm willing to put money that Zippy and 10 Toes Down and all these other dudes is probably somewhere in that book. 10 Toes Down was selling naked pictures of himself. Like what? I'm talking big brolic. This nigga looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger in 1989. 10 Toes Down looked like a black Arnold Schwarzenegger from 1989. This nigga looked like the Terminator. Let me just calm down. I don't want no problems with the YouTube. They watching my channel. 10 Toes Down looked like a black Terminator. And somewhere in his prison stint, he oiled himself up with that prison baby oil. And he took seductive, provocative pictures of himself. He did that. I don't know how he took the pictures of himself, or did somebody take the pictures for him, but he sold those pictures to other men in New York City. In New York City, it was men. It's a man out there that got pictures of 10 Toes Down oiled up with prison baby oil. It's a man out there with the pictures is out there. 10 Toes Down said out his own mouth that somebody was paying him, a nigga was paying him $1,000 a month. Woo! Those got to be some, I'm talking, those some real goddamn pictures. Yeah. I'm not making it up, man. I was watching a live stream, and salute to Mikey B, because I like Mikey B. But I watched the Mikey B and Pimp arguing. I don't know nothing about this shit. I wasn't in jail with these dudes. I don't know the history of the blood is in New York City. But Pimp asked Mikey B, why did a fellow inmate say that he walked into his cell and his feet was to the sky and he was getting his boot knocked? Pimp asked him that. That somebody said that about, why are these allegations? Why? How is that possible, son? I don't know who is and who ain't. But I'm telling y'all that New York City got the biggest down low community. Down low, DL men. You know what the down low men that dress up like gangsters, that let's get to that. Yeah, they say, let's get to that. But you got to ask them, what is that you getting to? That's my new question. When you say, let's get to that, well, what is that? Because let Hassan Campbell tell it, it's a book full of gangsters and thugs out there with cock pictures in it. They got cock pictures in the book. Bambaatta can expose your whole goddamn borough because y'all got a book. That's what Hassan Campbell said. Stinga say he been getting down for a since the 80s. He been busting, man. Yeah, he been doing that. So when you say, let's get to that, I'm asking, what's that? Because I don't want to get to that until I know what it is. I don't know what y'all into up there in New York City. Let's get to that. Well, what are you? Nah, I'm good on that, homie. Let's get to that. Nah, I'm good. What is that? I told my people I was going live, Bobby, at 9 o'clock, and I ended up being an hour and a half late because Bullets Gotti, Bullets Gotti, salute, homie, to you in this live stream. Because now we got questions. Now it's saying, who else is lying about Africa Bambaatta? I don't know. I'm not talking about Hassan Campbell. Salute to Hassan Campbell. But it's nasty work, man. Y'all been dealing in nasty work. Y'all been looking at books full of cocks of New York niggas with y'all been making your way to Bambaatta house. Bambaatta, y'all been doing things, man. Y'all been doing things. And now and the worst thing you could do is let a Virginia nigga like me get hold of these type of informations, because I'm the one that's gonna say something about it. You New York niggas got some explaining to do. Oh, you a gangster and you done killed somebody, but it's people saying that you had dealings with men when you was in jail for that 20 years, Zip. You need to address that. You need to talk about that dude they said that you was laid down with, or you was sneaking in the cell with, or you was spending the night in the cell with him. You need to explain that. 10 toes down, you need to make us understand what the fuck made you think it was okay to sell naked or half naked, because ain't no way you was getting $1,000 a month and your ass had clothes on. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Motherfucker, your ass was in the Speedo or your butt ass naked. You need to explain to us why you thought that money was good money. Look around the YouTube streets. You don't see this going down with no other region of bloggers. No other region of bloggers is having these kind of conversations, is having these type of issues, is being exposed on this height. Even Whack 100. They say Whack 100 got a video with his ass in the air. I heard about that. But I want to point out something about that video. The person that took the picture of Whack 100 with his ass in the air was a female. I got to give him respect on that. I mean, at least he was in a room butt ass naked with a woman. I don't know about laying on your stomach. I don't know nothing about none of that. I don't lay on my stomach, right? But at least it was a girl in there that took the picture of his ass being up. It was a female that did it. I just wanted to give a moment of silence. You know, I just wanted to give a moment of silence for all of you down low dudes up there in New York City that been through the ringer, that had somebody taking your ass through the ringer, that had somebody, that was dropping Roger Wood on your ass. I just wanted to give a moment of silence for that, because that it all makes sense now why all you dudes ended up being hooligans and shooters and killers. All you niggas got bodies because some grown man that had the Bambaatta syndrome was dropping Roger Wood on your ass. A whole Roger Wood. Zip with the Drip asks Whack 100, why was his ass so shiny? Zip with the Drip said, we saw you with your ass up and nobody asked you this question, but I want to know, so I'ma ask it, and why is your ass so shiny? Now, mind you, I hadn't heard nobody else say that about Whack 100. They said that his ass was in the air. I did hear people say that. They said that he was laying on his stomach. I did hear people say that, but I never heard nobody say that his ass was shiny except for Zippy with the Drippy. And see, that's what I'm saying. You thought that that was okay. You thought that was cool. You didn't think nothing of that. You didn't think that was... You asked him, why is his ass so shiny? But my question to you is, why was you looking so close at his ass to see that it was shiny? I didn't hear nobody else say that his ass was shiny. You did, though. Salute to Gotti, man.
And it bothered me.
Salute to Gotti. It bothered you.
So when I embraced this man, after everything came out, so many people started crying because it was a shock to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even at the park, two females came up to me and they hugged me and said, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't know them from Adam.
Yeah.
You know, everybody wanted to take pictures with Bam and stuff. You know, I took a few pictures and stuff. And it felt good to finally get the closure that I needed a long time ago.
He needed that closure.
You know, nobody can tell nobody how to have closure.
So he needed that closure from that Roger Wood.
Nobody can tell another person how to have closure.
Yeah, you took that picture.
This was the closure that I needed.
You needed that closure from that Roger Wood that Bambaatta was giving to you.
For myself.
You lied to get that Roger Wood.
And put this whole situation behind me. And I want to let the world know.
Yeah.
Africa Bambaatta is not a pedophile.
Yep. I can't wait till you get on.
In my eyes.
That shit deep, man.
Like I said, I don't know anybody. I don't know this man for doing anything with underage kids.
And he was in
I want to make that perfectly clear.
Now, Haas, you got to respond to that, Haas.
You know, right now, somebody said, why is she laughing in the background? She's laughing at a video that she's watching right now. In 2017, I had told Layla Wells, once this Africa Bambaatta situation is done with and over with,
yeah,
I wanted to do something under the name Hip Hop Stands for Survivors. It's a name that I made up. One of my friends was telling me that
hip hop was created in New York City, but hip hop was actually. I don't want y'all to ever forget this part again. When y'all tell us where hip hop was created at, when y'all tell us that y'all made hip hop and y'all created hip hop, don't forget that hip hop was created a bunch of Rainbow Coalition members. The creators of y'all hip hop was all getting down and yeah, the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out. Where you think that? You thought they was talking about women in that song? The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at, the freaks come out. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at, the freaks come out. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. That's the hip hop y'all created, homie. The freaks come out at night, and they wasn't talking about no bitches. They wasn't talking about no women. The freaks come out at night. It's a whole nother meaning. A whole nother meaning when they tell you that the freaks is coming out at night. The freaks come out. The freaks come out at night. You motherfuckers, man. This nasty work. Yeah. Stacy Galore, salute to that 5-piece nugget. Exactly. Or was, I don't even like to go, I don't know. Maybe Bambaatta was doing the do. Maybe, but you know what? Hassan just said what he was doing. Yo, that was there. So, you know, I'm just saying, it's pretty, I'm looking at this, man. I feel sorry for him. When I look at his face, I feel sorry for him, son. I feel empathy because I can only imagine. Because Haas said that he was eating Roger Wood like he was goddamn bacon and sausage in the morning. He was eating Roger Wood like bacon and sausage in the morning. That's what Haas said. And the way he said that he wanted to be down with hip hop. Imagine a 15-year-old kid with a fake ID come around and he say, I want to be down with hip hop. And they let this young boy know the only way to be down with hip hop is you got to eat this Roger Wood. You got to come to the village. You got to join the village people and you got to eat the Roger Wood, homie. I never liked the YMCA song. It always felt like they was eating Roger Wood. So imagine how many other young black men and Puerto Rican dudes with that good dog fur hat, you all that dog fur laid down nice and neat, and they came around and they wanted to be down with hip hop. They wanted to, they wanted to break dance, they wanted to rap, they wanted to DJ, and they had to come through a Africa Bambaatta. Y'all don't leave that part out no more when y'all say y'all created hip hop. Y'all created a down low society in hip hop. The same dudes that created hip hop in New York City, yeah. Let's never forget that part. The freaks come out at night. That song has a whole different meaning to me now. The freaks come out. And you know what? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Malik, salute. Malik K, salute. You know, I spoke on that, but like I said, I don't know because how I said he was a child when it happened. So I gotta be very delicate with that situation. Now, being as though this came out with Stinga, I would hope that Haas would come out and explain why he was in pictures again. You're gonna have to explain that again. Why is there all these different pictures with you as a grown man still around Africa Bambaatta? And, you know, respectfully, it's not no hate, no malice. I rock with Haas, but it's like, bro, this man saying that Bambaatta wasn't dealing with children. He was dealing with grown men that might have been children lying, acting like they was young. I mean, acting like they was grown, but they might have been a little, but he's saying it won't no children around. And he admitting doing the do with Bambaatta. So that means he was around and shit. He was in a relationship. He was eating Roger Wood. So respectfully, you know, Haas is always gonna come up this situation. You're gonna have to explain yourself over and over again. It's no way it's shit never gonna go away. Ever, homie. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? If you was violated as a kid, that's why I rock, because, but if it ever come out that you was doing what he was doing, I can't fuck with it. If it ever come out that you was dealing with, anything like with Ron B. Stinga Savage, if you was dealing with Bambaatta in any type of, you know, consensual relationship or something like that, I can't fuck with it, man. I can't lock in with it. I ain't with it. I can't do nothing about it. I can't do nothing with it after that. So don't feel upset or don't feel away when we ask questions over and over again. When we just want you to just, restate what you said. We want to just be sure we heard you right. A lot of people say that Haas was a grown man with Bam, but Haas said that he was a child. So I'm not going to be the one to accuse or try to separate the two, or Haas saying out his mouth he was 12 years old. That's the only thing I can go with. You understand what I'm saying? B Stinga said that he was 15, but he had an ID that said he was 18 from 40 Deuce, and he said he made Africa Bambaatta believe he was 18 and up. And then he had sexual encounters with him. And he said he did it because he wanted to be down, so he willingly did this. I don't care if you wanted to be down or not. That's no excuse, homie. That just told me that you was willingly a participant in those activities. You did that on your own. Africa Bambaatta ain't take nothing from you. He didn't seduce you. He didn't buy you groceries and take care of your mama. He didn't do none of that shit to get you in his. You was going to get that Roger Wood. You was going to get that Roger Wood on a regular basis. One thing I would have asked him, Gotti, is I would have asked him, how long was you taking that Roger Wood? How long was you? Now was you taking the Roger, or was you giving the Roger? Because if Bambaatta thought that you was a grown man, then he wasn't doing no thighin'. He wasn't greasing up no 18-year-old man thighs and doing no thighin'. You understand what I'm saying? And that's respectfully, because I never even knew that shit was a thing. I never heard that word before. Somebody thighed me. I never heard that word before, being thighed. The only time I ever heard that word was when we'd be like, damn, shorty, she got some big ass thighs, or let me get a 3-piece biscuit and 2 thighs with that. Yeah, let me get a 3-piece biscuit with a thigh. Yeah. Let me get a thigh with that. Let me get a breast and a thigh. 3-piece biscuit. Feather and fin. Yeah. That's the only time we heard thighs. Except for when I get to dealing with you New York niggas. When I got to listening to you New York, I got a whole nother. So Ron B. Sting Savage, he wasn't getting thighed. You wasn't getting thighed. He wasn't using Vaseline for your legs, for your thighs, homie. Somebody ass was getting bust down. I feel sorry for Ron. I just think something wrong with him, homie. Like, I don't know. Some ain't right. All his screws ain't tight, homie. He got some screws loose. You know what I mean? Ron B. Sting Savage. Respectfully.
I'm hip hop and I'm a survivor. And that's where I got that from. That took place in 2016 when I first came out, because everybody was saying that.
I agree with that, Charlie, because he said he was 15. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, like I said, Haas said that he was 12. And that's what you got. That's what I think what a lot of people don't understand, and a lot of people let that go over their head and under their bridge, Charlie P, is the fact that Haas said he was 12, son. Who are you, or who am I? Who is anybody to go against that? Who is anybody to say that ain't real? The nigga said he was 12 years old. He never moved that number. He never said, oh, I was 12, I was 15. He said he was 12 years old. The only difference between Haas and Ron, though, Charlie P, I gotta say this, is that you can't be preyed upon if you the one with the fake ID that say you 18, and you the one making these dudes think that you down with that type of activity, and you the one eating Roger Wood, letting these dudes see that you down with the freak off. You the one that's going to the clubs with these men. You the one that went to 40 Deuce and got that ID. You the one that's moving around like you a grown ass man. Because I said it before. Those old, bro, when you watch the old NBA, like back in the day with Magic Johnson and the old niggas in the NBA, them niggas was like 29 years old. That nigga looked 50. Nigga had a baby fro with the receding hairline with the George Jefferson. Nigga was fucking 27 years old. Nigga was 18 years old. He looked like he was 52. So Ron B. Stinga Savage wasn't preyed upon. That's why this interview is so powerful. That's why this interview is so powerful, because it shows that he was 15, but he had enough gumption and he had enough mental capacity to say, I'm gonna go get a fake ID. I'm gonna act like I'm grown. I'm gonna make these niggas think that I'm grown. And then I'm gonna participate in grown activity. I'm gonna participate in what he was doing. So a 15-year-old, 16-year-old dude that think like that, he ain't getting preyed upon. You know, that shit was deep, man. That interview, I was like, God, this shit was like Young and the Restless. This shit was like the soap operas. Like, I'm listening, yo.
That I was trying to destroy hip hop. I was not trying to destroy hip hop. I am hip hop. Hip hop is in my DNA. I'm from the first generation of hip hop. I helped contribute to hip hop. I was a crate boy for DJ Jazzy J of the Zulu Nation. And when Africa Bambaatta used to give DJ parties and stuff, I was there giving out flyers, going around to the whole neighborhoods and stuff, you know, having people come to the parties and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of that. You know, in the 80s, I worked for Jazzy J at Strong City Records, getting records like Busy B, his record Suicide, and Masters of Ceremony, that's Grand Pooba, having the record Sexy. Y'all remember the word sex. Y'all remember the record Sexy by Grand Pooba, the Masters of Ceremony. I was the one getting those records played in the clubs. You know, I'm
Yo, Charlie P, exactly. That's one of the points I've been making through this whole video, homie. This is first generation hip hop. Listen. I didn't know, bro. I didn't know who this guy was. I didn't know how. So think about it. He was a crate boy for GJ Jazzy Jeff, and he used to be at all the parties with Africa Bambaatta. The whole time he was eating Roger Wood. They was having sex at the end of the night. They was having freak offs, and then you got these dudes walking around. Nobody thought he was like that. Niggas probably was scared of Ron Savage back in the day. The nigga name is Ron B. Stinga Savage. Like, that's a hell of a name, homie. Like, you don't just get a fucking name like that. You know what I'm saying? Ron B. Stinga Savage. This nigga was a savage before 21 Savage was a savage. This is first generation hip hop. So when y'all say y'all created hip hop, don't forget to say that the homosexual guys is the ones that created hip hop. The ones that was freaking off with each other. The ones that was letting y'all know that the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at... The freaks come out. Don't forget that those guys they was into that. I don't feel sorry for him in that aspect, but it's just like, I don't know if it's, I think like he kind of like mental, something wrong with him mentally. Just like the way he moving now, it's just like, damn, homie, in high school you was the man, homie. The fuck happened to you? I got the sickest vendetta with it cut of the cheddar. It's like, I don't know why, but you right though. I can't feel sorry for no dude like that, man. I can't feel sorry for no 15-year-old boy that had enough gumption to go get a fake ID and then make a grown-ass man think that he was of age and make him believe it and then take advantage of him sexually. Like, I can't respect that, man. I can't respect that. I can't feel sorry for it. He's, you know, Ha said he ain't got nothing to do with that. So, it's just so many dots that you can connect. Like I said, you got first generation hip hop full of homos, right? And then, well, I gotta be careful, man. Full of the Rainbow Coalition members, right? They all was in the village. They all hung out with the village people. They all said, YMCA. I love to kick it at the YMCA. Hey, the shit came from. And then think about this. After the Village People, after Africa Bambaatta, after Ron B. Stinga Savage, we got these gangster hooligan niggas like Onyx. You remember Onyx? Da, 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 da. Let the boys be boys. Let the boys be boys. Slam. It went from the Village People to Onyx slamming and letting the boys be boys. And then after that, it was thugs and hooligans and shooters. And now we got Zippy with the Drippy. Somebody said Zippy with the Drippy was dealing with men while he was in jail. 10 Toes Down is using jail oil and butters and oiling itself up and selling naked, provocative, seductive pictures to grown men. Mikey B, they said his legs was up in the air. Somebody was busting him down and knocking his boots. So now we go from B, Stinga Savage, first generation Africa Bambaattas, to Onyx, slamming and letting the boys be boys. And the byproduct of that is all of these New York hooligans that went to jail and did 20 years and all got sexual allegations and Rainbow Coalition allegations hanging over their head. Somebody asked Zippy about that. They said they said they got proof that he was dealing with dudes. 10 Toes told on himself and said he was selling naked pictures to grown men. Pimp asked Mikey B, come on, son, this shit is real. This is real. New York City has the biggest society of down low men in America. And I had to say it right here. I said it right here first. In New York City is the biggest society of undercover men in America. In America. When shit got too real in New York City and niggas couldn't hide behind the Village People anymore, they all ran to Atlanta. So now they can, they can be in Atlanta, they can act like they regular men, and then they can secretly get with those here, them Transformers walking around there. They can line them up, homie, it is what it is. I watched this live stream and it connected the dots, homie. The freaks come out at night. We thought that they was automatically talking about women. Hell no, they won't. They was talking about B. Stinga Savage coming out at night passing the flyers. The freaks come out. Motherfucker probably saw B. Stinga over there passing out flyers and had a song. Nigga, the freaks, nigga, let's record it. The freaks come out. The freaks come out at night. That shit sound good. That's good. We going up with this one, baby. Those guys was running across Onyx and LL Cool J and Q-Tip and Busta Rhymes and they freaked them boys off. You understand? Because Hassan Campbell said he saw with his own eyes. He saw Tretch. He saw LL Cool J. He saw Q-Tip. It was somebody else. It might have been Busta. It was somebody else that he saw coming in and out of the room with Bambaatta, doing things with Bambaatta. Hassan Campbell told the truth, homie. You got to be honest. That nigga get mad. When Hassan get mad at you, he gonna tell on you, homie. And I remember him saying that. So now from the outside looking in, we got Onyx. We got Busta Rhymes. We got LL Cool J licking his lips. You know what I'm saying? I need love. I need love. I used to look at the wall, and every time that my conscience would call. Why was your conscience calling you, LL? See, now you get to breaking these songs down. You say, well, goddamn. Well, goddamn. Well, goddamn, LL. Hassan Campbell said he saw your ass doing work with Africa Bambaatta. Now I need love. Oh, shit. Why would your conscience call when you dealing with women? I ain't never thought, yo, I need love. I'm looking at that, and then I'm looking at the wall. I'm staring at the wall, and then my conscience call. I never felt that for a woman, but I can pretty be sure. I'm sure, almost 100%. That if your ass just got done dealing with Africa Bambaatta, your conscience is gonna call you. You fucked up. You did the wrong thing, bro. Let me just diet down. Let me digress. YouTube, I can't get no more strikes on my channel. I'm already one in. 3 strikes and you out. I already got 1 strike from from No Hoffa. You got Onyx. You got all of these roughnecks. You remember that word? That shit came out of New York City. Roughnecks. I need a roughneck. Gotta have a what? Gotta have a roughneck. But where the fuck did these roughnecks come from? How did they become roughnecks?
I'm proud of what I contribute to hip hop.
Yeah.
Hassan Campbell is not hip hop. That's a whole fact.
Yeah. Haas, he talking about you, Haas.
Layla Wills is nothing but an opportunist. They tried to pressure me into taking Africa Bambaatta to court.
Yeah. Take your time.
I've never been pressured in my entire life from anybody, and I want the world to know.
Okay. We listening.
Africa Bambaatta, nor the Zulu Nation, pressured me the entire time this situation took place since 2016.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you heard the audio tapes.
Yeah. Take your time.
Of me and my cousin, Mickey Benson.
Take your time.
Me and Mickey been having conversations in that type of manner, not about that subject.
Okay.
But in that type of matter.
Yeah.
For years.
Okay.
It's nothing new.
It's nothing new.
From the audio tape, the audio.
Yeah.
You can tell that he didn't know nothing about this situation with me and Africa Bambaatta. He didn't believe it. Nobody believed it because it was never the rumor.
Yeah.
The rumor was that he liked the guys, men, same sex. Was never about underage people. And this lady, Layla Wells and Hassan is pushing this narrative.
Haas, he
it's
talking.
A fake narrative.
Haas, he talking about you, Haas.
Anybody associated or coming from that side, I don't believe nothing coming from them. I was harassed and threatened and slandered. That's not the way you treat someone who brung you this story. They done that because I was not a part of their agenda.
This shit deep. This shit deep, homie.
As far as I'm concerned, this story is over.
No. Let me hop in right there, B Stinga Savage. Ronald B Stinga Savage. Let me stop right there. It ain't never over until it's over. Oh, that's why this is grown man. Listen, it ain't over till we say it's over. It ain't over till we say it's over, homie. You don't come to YouTube, you don't come to content creating, and you don't come into these lanes, and you don't come into these YouTube streets and tell all this type of situations and think that it's over because you say it's over. And that's what I try to explain to Haas. It ain't over when you say it's over. Niggas is gonna ask questions, niggas is gonna wanna know the reason why, and you either gonna apply and comply with that, or you get down and you lay down, and if you lay down, you gonna stay down. We gonna talk about this till we finish talking about it. This is hip hop, homie. This is the first generation of hip hop that you talking about, where y'all was doing freak offs with each other, man on man. You think we not gonna talk about that? You think we not gonna dissect that situation? You think we not gonna use that to show the future that what they shouldn't be doing? So you gotta understand something, man. You know, you brought this to YouTube. We didn't know nothing about it. We didn't know nothing about, you know, we heard Hassan Campbell saying what he said, but you done took this shit to another level. And we gonna talk about this for a while, Ron. Respectfully, I don't want you to feel, you know, that we taking shots at you. You know what I'm saying? You can take it how you want to take it, but we gonna ride. I was gonna say we gonna ride this out, but I don't like how that sound. We gonna take full advantage. I don't like how that sounds either. We gonna talk about this situation for a while, Ron. Speed Stinga Savage. All right? Respectfully. You don't tell us you don't get to tell us when to stop on me. No, you don't.
I just need, I just needed closure. That's all I wanted. I'm not out here seeking money from Africa Bambaatta. That's people in the other side of the camp. Layla Wells is a camp. They the ones seeking money and trying to make a name for themselves and stuff off of the back of Africa Bambaatta.
See, I just want to say something real quick. Adrian, you know what I'm saying? You said when everybody knew about it. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know about this side of it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that in the beginning stages of hip hop, they just was having freak offs. See, this is deeper than, you know, Haas said that he was taken advantage of as a child. And, you know what I'm saying? But this right here shines a light on all the men that wasn't being taken advantage of, all the men that was making their way to Bambaatta, not Hassan Campbell. I'm not saying Haas, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Haas' story damages Africa Bambaatta. I feel like, you know, Haas' story is something that can really do damage, because Haas is saying he was a child and he was being taken advantage of by the leader of the Zulu Nation. That's a whole different scenario from Ron B. Stinga Savage taking advantage of Bambaatta, lying, you know, manipulating them, pursuing them, and then having sexual relations. But that's a whole different situation. And if Ron B. Stinga Savage was doing what he say he was doing, imagine all the other rappers that wanted fame and fortune, all the other rappers that wanted to get in the Zulu Nation. But the Zulu Nation was a powerful nation, homie. That shit was powerful. A lot of these grown men, when you hear them talk about what the Zulu Nation was, them niggas used to be scared of the Zulu Nation. Like, the new Zulu Nation was like some killers, B. Like, they had killers and all that. They was doing damage in the street. They was homos, but they was doing other shit that they was doing real things in the street. So imagine all of the hooligans, all of the gangsters, all of the jail dudes, all of the up-and-coming rappers, all of the hustlers, all of the down low men that was making their way to Africa Bambaatta, and all of the other down low men that had high ranking in the Zulu Nation. That's why I say when it come to Haas, I don't like to go too far in speaking on what Haas got going on with Africa Bambaatta. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, Haas is very passionate about it, and he's very believable about it. And Haas said that he was a child, homie, and we don't condone no child, none of that. Anything with a child, homie, you out of, that's automatically, you might get you might get decapitated. So I see when people talk about Haas and when people speak about Haas, and I don't really like to do that, me personally. I ain't zip with the drip. I ain't talking like that. Because if he said he was a child. And if that really what happened, then I don't want that kind of, I'm not putting that energy out there. Hassan Campbell From what he said, he was 12 years old. I'm leaving it at that. Ron B. Stinga Savage is something I didn't know nothing about, W. This shit was like the Young and the Restless. I didn't know nothing. You know what I mean? That's what he was saying. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I didn't know that this was going down with the Zulu Nation. Freak offs was going down. So me personally, I salute Hassan Campbell for I don't think Haas knew what he was doing when he did it. I just think he was venting on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because a nigga, me personally, I don't think he should have never, ever told niggas about that. He either did something about it or just took that shit to the grave. Me personally. But he came to YouTube with it. You know what I'm saying? So, but Ron B. Stinga Savage, homie, that's a whole nother situation. It's a whole nother motherfucker. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. We gonna talk about this until it's over. I don't care what's going on.
And all people heard about what Bam did was did a lot of positive in the community for the kids in the rooms with Zulu Nation. So I'm gonna be honest, Ron, and when I heard you say certain things, I had to do my little due diligence in my investigation. And to me, it was like some COINTELPRO shit, trying to destroy Zulu Nation, just trying to destroy hip hop because now
a lot of people thought that.
Yeah, and now she trying to destroy the Hip Hop Museum, which is going to be open in 2025 in the Bronx. So by her going at.
But see, the thing is this with that Hip Hop Museum shit, right? Ron B. Stinga Savage said that they was having a lot of, is he gonna represent the Rainbow Coalition, or we gonna act like he just the head of the Zulu Nation and we gonna see a wax figure of Africa Bambaatta like he wasn't eating Roger Wood and having dudes like Ron Savage eat Roger Wood like he ain't have a whole book with dudes. Come on, son. Come on, son. Like that whole Hip Hop Museum shit been tarnished, B. It's not that shit, that's nasty work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you New York niggas want to represent hip hop, and y'all said y'all started it and all that. Y'all want the museum to be in the Bronx and all that is good and dandy. But y'all gonna keep it real or not? Cause nigga, if we come to the hip hop museum, we gonna take pictures that we gonna talk about Africa Bambaatta in there. And who else was that? It's a lot of them niggas was down with that shit. They just, Africa Bambaatta just got exposed. The majority of the creators of hip hop in New York was village people. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be, man. Big salute the Bullets Gotti. You know what I mean? Ron B. Stinga Savage, man, you know what I'm saying? You did what you did. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Big salute to the chat. Big salute to everybody that's locked in. You know what I'm saying? This is Grown Man Business TV. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you do what you're supposed to do when you step into this building. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We locked in. We approaching 23,000 subscribers. Easy money, easy work. It's a beautiful thing, man. So listen, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. Gang.